You don't have to be a good person in order to be a good person. I'm Cole. This is my journey of becoming a professional soccer player, building a bootstrap business, and showing my path to self-mastery. I make these videos to help people create their ideal life. Today's video is focused on not allowing the ideas of who you are getting in the way of who you want to be. You will have the idea that you are not able to do something because you haven't done X, achieved Y, or because you're not Z. All of these are just limits that you put on yourself. I caught myself thinking like this today. There's been a little bit of awkwardness between me and some of my friends. I was thinking about how I can't act like this just yet because I'm not who I want to be. Right after having that thought, I realized I was getting in my own way of becoming who I want to be. In order to become your ideal self, you have to do the actions that the person would do. Although you're probably not going to do the actions as often or to the same degree as your completely ideal self, you have to do them even if it's not to a great standard in order to practice and become better. If you tell yourself that you're not a patient person, but then use that as an excuse to never wait for anything, you're never going to build the patience that is needed to become a patient person. A patient person finds something to do in the meantime. Even if you are just waiting for your name to be called, you could be meditating or learning to be in uncomfortable situations. You may lose focus and not be able to be patient the entire time, but you have to continually try and work to be better every opportunity that you get. Over time, you will become a patient person. Although there's no title or ceremony for becoming the type of person that you want to become, and you're probably not even going to realize it until you've long become that person. But you'll have a moment of realization, understanding how far you've come. You don't want to constantly wait to become that person before doing the behaviors or actions. If you are trying to become a high achiever, waiting to lock in once you get a business or once you have a job is going to make reaching your goals take even longer. I think people have the wrong idea when they see someone trying something new, whether it is in business or social media or any goal they have. When someone's really trying to reach for the top, trying something new and being bad at it, people tend to make fun of them and discount them, saying they're never going to make it. However, having the first few videos, which may not be great, or starting a few businesses and pitching them to investors are the necessary steps in order to become an expert. Over time, you'll become that person who can make content or build a business from the ground up. Just doing the actions every now and then probably isn't going to get you to your goals. It's important to be consistent and try to make at least a little bit of progress every single day. For me, the most consistent thing I've ever done in my life is start this YouTube channel. Since I've started posting, I've posted every day for now 101 days. Although I wouldn't say I'm a great YouTuber now, I've made significant progress in my videos and editing. Over time, I want to continue to get better and better and make content that's better for the audience. A helpful way for you to understand what things you need to do in order to become that ideal person is to break down the actions and behaviors that would cause that person to be built. For example, if you want to build relationships with people you're not very familiar with, a good way to go about this is whenever you see someone, be the first one to greet them, walk up to them, give them a high five or shake their hand. And when you're in conversation with them, ask them about their day, ask them about what's going on, and actually listen to them. Recently, I've been hanging out with lots of different people. I'm one of the only Americans that hangs out with the other populations in the village. And one of the things that I was told that I've done very well is that when I have a conversation with someone, they tell me that I'm really listening to what they're saying and not just trying to get my point out. This is something that I've built over time. I don't consider myself to be a very charismatic person. However, I can do the actions that a charismatic person would do, even if I don't think I'm a charismatic person. Understanding who you are is also very helpful. It gives you a baseline for what you're at right now and what you really need to work on. If you're trying to develop, for example, charisma or business, those are major goals. You can break those into different subtopics that you need to improve. For business, it could be the accounting, product, or marketing side. There's more, but I'm just giving a few examples. For charisma, it could be your facial expressions, it could be your immediate reactions, or it could be the questions that you're asking. The skill that you're after likely has a bunch of different sub-skills, some of which you're probably going to be better than others. You want to find the skills that can have the greatest change to you. These are going to be the best use of your time, and you're likely to find that you do some of the sub skills that it takes in order to become that person. There's just a few sub skills that you need to work on. You have to learn to not let your anxiety and doubt about yourself get in the way of becoming who you want to be. Hope you got some value from the video, and thank you for watching.